Good morning. Another beautiful day in God's kingdom. Today we're taking a look at the book of 1 Kings and we're in chapter 19. And let's read what the Bible says from verse 1. And it says here, and Ahab told Jezebel all that Elijah had done, also how he had executed all the prophets with the sword. Then Jezebel sent a messenger to Elijah saying, so let the gods do to me and more also, if I do not make your life as the life of one of them by tomorrow about this time. And when he saw that, he arose and ran for his life and went to Beersheba, which belongs to Judah, and left his servant there. But he himself went a day's journey into the wilderness and came and sat down under a broom tree. And he prayed that he might die and said, it is enough. Now, Lord, take my life, for I am no better than my father's. Then as he lay and slept under a broom tree, suddenly an angel touched him and said to him, arise and eat. And there he looked, then he looked, and there by his side, by his head, was a cake baked on coals and a jar of water. So he ate and drank and lay down again. And the angel of the Lord came back the second time and touched him and said, arise and eat, for the journey is too great for you. So he arose and ate and drank, and he went in the strength of that food 40 days and 40 nights, as far as Horeb, the mountain of God. So I just want to take us through a journey as we go through this for the next one or two chats that we'll be having. And, you know, here we find Elijah has just been through the greatest victory of his life, the most momentous thing that he's ever done. You know, he challenged the prophets of Baal to a contest and basically he won, you know. And after his great victory, the Bible says here that the king Ahab went and told his wife Jezebel, who the Bible says was a very wicked woman, that this was what had happened. And she then swore and said, well, I'm going to do to you exactly what you did to my prophets. Basically, I'm going to have you killed. And Elijah runs for his life. And, you know, you take a look at that situation and you think to yourself, wow, you've just been through this great victory. How can you run away from this woman? Why didn't you call on God? Why didn't you shout out and all of that? You know, but I think that the Bible allows us to go to have this story because every one of us is vulnerable. Every one of us have a vulnerable spot. Every one of us has a weakness. Every one of us can come to a point where, you know what, everything is overwhelming. I can't take it anymore, and so on and so forth. You know, and when you get to that point, what do? You know, Elijah kind of did the right thing. You know, he knew that at that point, he didn't have the strength to stand and face Jezebel. So he took off. He ran away, you know, went on a retreat, basically, if you want to call it that. And I think that is a very wise thing for us to acknowledge that, hey, when we're going through problems, when we get to a point where it's overwhelming, we need to take a step back. We need to retreat and come into the presence of God and say, God, I need your help right now. And you know what? God will send help to you. God bless you.